When I say the word grammar to my students, they turn their head down and wish I would not talk about it. Grammar is like your mother telling you to eat your vegetables. Yuck! But what if I told you I found a better way to cook vegetables so they taste better? Or if I told you French fries at McDonald's are a vegetable? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you a new way to learn grammar. It's called natural grammar. A smart teacher named Scott Thornbury made it up. If you don't like boring grammar books, you'll love this. Here's what you'll learn. What natural grammar is. Big ideas from Thornbury. 3 easy steps to get better at grammar. So let's get going. My name is Herbert Lee. I've been a Toastmaster for over 40 years, a presentation coach for 35, and an English teacher for well over 20. For the past 20 years, I've developed courses to help English learners develop fluency with skills taken from neuroscience, communication experts, and modern English learning methods. When I first started teaching English, I spent 3 months researching better and more efficient ways to teach English fluency. One of the approaches that I liked and used to develop my materials was called the lexical approach. I bought almost 100 books about this topic and found many ideas that helped my students a lot. One of the best books was Natural Grammar. So what is natural grammar? Natural grammar is a way to learn that feels normal and natural. You learn how people really talk. You don't just learn lots of rules, too many rules. So what are the big ideas that we get from natural grammar? Look at words that go together. Learn useful sayings. Start with the most important stuff. See how language works. Use real examples from books and movies and actual conversation. Thornbury thinks this is like how we learned our first words as kids. So here are the big ideas from natural grammar. Look for patterns. In natural grammar, you look for word patterns. You might learn I've never or have you ever as patterns. When you see these a lot, you start to use them easily. This is a lot better than trying to remember hard rules. It helps you talk more like a native speaker. Next, learn common words first. Natural grammar teaches the words people use the most. This helps you start talking faster in a new language. You don't waste time on words that you won't use very much. It's like learning the most important tools in a toolbox first. Then you want to notice language. Natural grammar wants you to see how people actually use words. You might look for certain words in a story. This helps you learn on your own. It's like being a word detective. You start to see how language works all around you. Then learn word groups. We often use groups of words like once upon a time. Learning these groups can help you talk better. These word groups are called chunks. Knowing chunks helps you sound more natural when you speak. Be sure to look at my videos on There's Real Gold in These Chunks to learn more about chunks and chunking. Here's a really important one. Learn from real talk, not from textbooks. It's good to see how words are used in the real world. You learn more from real books and real conversations. It's a lot better than made-up examples from textbooks. It helps you understand how people really use the language every day. And finally, learn to speak right and smooth. Natural grammar tries to help you speak correctly, but also easily. Teachers might say your words back to you the right way, and that helps you hear the right way without feeling bad. So that's a useful part of having a teacher. But it's also very useful to learn to fix your own mistakes over time. Okay, so here's some exciting news. I'm giving away my well-worn used copy of Natural Grammar. This contest will run from February 18th until February 25th, and the winner will be announced on February 26th. Just click on the link below to get your chance to win a copy of Natural Grammar. One of the most interesting things about Natural Grammar book is he tells you not to use a textbook. Instead, learn and use words and phrases that you hear all around you. That is what natural grammar really is. So, what's the 3-step formula to learn natural grammar? Step number 1, listen and watch. Read books and watch videos and have real conversations in English. Look for words you see a lot. Write down sayings that you like. Step 2, think about words. Look for patterns in what you wrote. Look for patterns in what you hear or read. Try to see why people use certain words together, and then make up your own sentences. And step number 3, learn to use these new words. By trying new words when you talk is the easiest and most effective way to put them in your long-term memory. Find friends to talk with. Think about how you can use words and ask for help. If you do these steps, you'll feel much better about learning grammar. The key is to see and hear lots of examples all around you. Think about them and use them. Now, here's a bonus section, how to make natural grammar a part of your daily learning routine. And it doesn't mean looking at a book like natural grammar all the time or trying to memorize rules. If you can make English learning part of your daily life and not a separate part of your life, you will improve much faster. So, here's a 3-step guide to make natural grammar part of your daily English learning. Morning word shower. Start your day by reading or listening to something in English for at least 10 minutes. Write down 3 new word patterns or chunks that you notice. Try to use one of these words in a sentence before breakfast. Lunchtime language hunt. During your lunch break, play a quick game on your phone or computer in English. Look for grammar patterns that you've been learning. Make a note of any new ways you see these patterns being used. And finally, evening review and chat. Before bed, look over the patterns you found that day. Try to make 2 or 3 of your own sentences using these patterns. If you can, have a short chat in English with a friend or language partner about your day using your new patterns. By doing these steps every day, you'll start to see and use grammar naturally. You'll learn without even feeling like you're studying. So we've looked at natural grammar and how it can make your learning easier. By focusing on common patterns and real language use, we looked at natural grammar and how it can make your learning easier. It focuses on real talking and common words, and this can be much more fun than your old way of learning grammar rules. After you have used these ideas, come back and leave a comment. It's Herbert Lee saying bye for now, and happy learning with natural grammar.